Really horrifying. It's extremely sad and very emotional moment, of course, for those who have lost their loved ones, their family members. But what's the latest that you have picking up from ground, Neeru? Neeru, am I audible to you?
Outside the post-mortem room of the civil hospital, as you can see, the visuals, the tragic incident that has happened yesterday, and slowly and gradually the tragedy is unfolding as we see the families of the victims. They are coming here for their DNA tests and to get to collect the bodies. The latest update that is coming in right for the DNA test is that 188 DNA samples have been collected so far and 54 more are remaining. The DNA report is expected to come out within 72 hours. Few DNA samples were collected yesterday, and in the morning few samples have been collected. The latest update that we are getting from the ground is that 188 total DNA samples have been collected so far. And as we can see in the visuals, right outside the post-mortem room, few bodies are being taken out and being handed over to the relatives of the passengers. As you can see in the visuals, we can see the height of agony, the unimaginable extent of pain that the family of the victims are going through. These visuals are really, really disturbing, and as we can see, people are coming outside the post-mortem room, and a huge crowd has gathered outside, and especially a separate help desk has been formed at BJ Medical College and to help the victims, to help the families of the victims. So the visuals are extremely disturbing out here, and as we can see, the tragic moment is unfolding slowly and gradually. The wound is deep and it's aching. Not only Ahmedabad, but the whole nation is mourning because this is one of the most devastating aviation tragedies in Indian history, and it is very, very difficult to express the pain because the pain is unimaginable. 169 Indian nationals were on board Air India 787 flight, and it is actually very, very disturbing. Yesterday throughout we were at the spot covering the crisis where the plane crashed right on the spot, and now we are at the civil hospital post-mortem room, and the further process is going on, and definitely the investigation is also being carried out by the DGCA along with the international investigating agencies. Sakshi.
Absolutely. Neeru, what's the update on the DNA sample collections as well? We heard from one of the family members of a person who lost his life tragically and unfortunately, of course. She was narrating the details. She said that she has already given the sample for the DNA testing. What's the update on that? And also, if you could provide us more details with regards to the students who were there in the hostel where the plane crashed exactly. Do we have any number popping up?
Let me first clarify the situation. The version that we just got few minutes back from outside the post-mortem room was the aunt of Lawrence, who had come to Ahmedabad for the last rites of his relatives. And he landed on Ahmedabad on 1st May, and he was returning yesterday back to London. And this is when the crisis happened. As we can see in the visuals, it is extremely, extremely heartbreaking to see the families crying in grief, and the agony the heights of agony we can see. And secondly, if we talk about the DNA samples, exclusive information that TV9 has received from the authorities as of now. Since yesterday, total 188 DNA samples have been collected from the families, and 54 more are remaining. They are trying to do the process as fast as possible. As far as the DNA reports are expected, within 72 hours, the reports are expected to arrive. The reports that were taken yesterday, the samples that were taken yesterday, the reports are expected to come by evening, and the bodies are being handed over to the victims' families. Let me also clarify on one point. 20 families of the passengers of the victims are yet to turn up at the hospital to provide their DNA samples. As far as medical students or the residential doctors goes, the casualties on ground were more than 50. As of now, the confirmed numbers are yet to be disclosed by the authorities. Many doctors, residential doctors and on-ground casualties are receiving the treatment medical aid at the BJ Medical College, which is right behind this building, as you can see, right behind the post-mortem room. This is the civil hospital premises. This is one of the largest civil hospitals in Asia. And right in front of the camera, you can see this is BJ Medical College, where the injured doctors, residential doctors and the other ground casualties are getting the medical treatment right now.
Right. Neeru, also we saw Prime Minister Modi coming to Ahmedabad. He visited the crash site. He took cognizance of the situation. The Gujarat's Home Minister was also in attendance. The Chief Minister was also in attendance over there. Currently, he is taking a review meeting, a very crucial one. Do we have any updates on that front? What's Prime Minister's schedule looking like at the moment?
He's still here in Ahmedabad after visiting a hospital and meeting the injured, and especially he also met Ramesh Vishwas Kumar, and he talked to him about the overall situation, and Vishwas explained how he escaped this tragic incident. And after that, Modi also met the victim families and the casualties from the ground to oversee the relief efforts and express condolences. Let me also update you on one thing. The DGCA has initiated an investigation with support from international agencies, including UK's Air Accidents Investigation Branch and the US National Transportation Safety Board. And as of now, the crisis management and Air India Crisis Management, along with Gujarat helpline, has been issued to the families of the deceased ones. And at the moment, a high-level meeting is going on with Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take stock of the situation and for the further investigation into this tragic incident.
Neeru, also please help us understand, a little bit of details with regards to the lone survivor of that plane crash, the only man who survived miraculously.
Vishwas Kumar Ramesh is the sole survivor in this incident who could escape Inferno since he was sitting on seat number 11A. And the situation that he has explained in an interview, he said the moment the flight crashed, the door, there was a breakage near his seat and he could find an escape from there, and he right then and there he jumped out of the aircraft, and this is how he could escape. And we could also see the miraculous video of him walking out of the crash site and going to the civil hospital. As of now, right now, he is being treated in ward C7 at the civil hospital. And definitely the way he has escaped the whole situation in this tragic incident is extremely miraculous. He's a British national. 40-year-old Vishwas Kumar Ramesh miraculously escaped the inferno by leaping from an emergency exit. Right when the aircraft crashed, there was a breakage at the emergency gate, and fortunately he could find the chance to leap from the emergency exit door where there was a breakage. The situation that he has explained in an interview, he said in the row 11 there was no chance for the other passengers sitting on the other side of the same row to escape, because the wing was there and the premises, the building was there. BJ Medical Boys Hostel premises was there, and there was no escape for the other passengers, and they could not get a chance to escape from this horrific incident. But he is the most luckiest one to survive, the sole survivor of this incident. He is being treated right now at civil hospital in Ahmedabad.
Absolutely. Also, Neeru, please give us a bit more details with regards to this particular area, the Meghani Nagar, so that we can also understand the situation better about the locality, how populous it is, and how the plane crashed open into a hostel of a very popular medical college there in Ahmedabad.
Let me explain you the situation. It's a horrific incident that has occurred yesterday. Just few kilometers away is this BJ Medical Residential Hostel for boys. It's situated just few meters away from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport. And of course, it's a residential area. Meghani Nagar is a residential area. And right behind Meghani Nagar is the army cantonment. And right after the incident, army was also pressed into the action along with NTRF, SDRF, paramilitary forces, police and fire brigade team. So when exactly the incident took place, that was the lunch hour, and more than 50 to 60 medical staff was there to have lunch. Few of the relatives also came. One auto rickshaw driver was also there at that time for some delivery, and one cook was also there. We have also received an update about that cook, that lady who is also getting the treatment at the civil hospital. She is also severely injured. So this whole locality is definitely not densely populated, but it's a residential area, and that is why the amount of casualties are increasing because the ground staff, the ground people were also hit by this incident along with the passengers on board. So just few kilometers away from this BJ Medical Boys Hostel is the civil hospital. Had the plane crashed few meters away from this BJ Medical Boys Hostel, it might have hit a more densely populated locality or area or some other building, and the damage could have been much higher than the current casualties number.
Absolutely.